Good morning. How you guys doing? Warming up a little bit of the ox this morning. I want to give the Shoot the Bees some ox one more time here. It's been about, I don't know, about 3 weeks since I shot them. They should be good for a little bit here after this. I like to shoot them. Once a month. Now there's a lot of controversy over this. A lot of the beekeepers out there that, called the natural beekeepers. Right, the natural beekeepers. Oh, the bees don't need this stuff. No, they don't need this stuff. No, no, no. Well, oxalic acid is a natural product. So, I feel it's okay. So it's nice and clean now. We got all the crystal dissolved. We warmed it up as you saw. I put it in here. I put down three ball lids, and you got to move them around until they're centered, because I don't like my jar sitting slap on the bottom of that thing. I want them up a little bit. So yeah, what I'm doing here is, we're going to do the nukes. So do the nukes. I think I'm going to do the nukes on Wednesday instead of Thursday morning early. I got to go babysit Max on Thursday. So anyway, little Max. You guys saw Max. He's a little snowball. So what I'm doing here is getting this ox ready. Ox acid. So we'll go out in the field and shoot that. I'll shoot all these hives one more time before I do this, do the split on these things. I'm thinking about, I'm converting from medium to deep, and I'm putting the deeps in black plasticell on a wood frame. I've got a lot of my, just about all my bees are on homemade frames in medium. So the plan is to switch them over all to deep and use the medium, salvage the mediums, use them as honey supers. And I'll put it, when I go for honey, I'll put an excluder in there. I'll buy a cheap plastic one, because all my stuff is in nukes. All my equipment's in nukes right now, and I don't plan on shifting. If I was a commercial guy, yes, definitely, you would put everything over. Myself personally, I'd put everything over into 8-frame equipment. That's just me. When I ran commercial bee, I ran 10-frame before with 4 supers, shallow supers per hive with an excluder. I ran a single brood chamber, and I ran 4 shallow supers. That's how I did it. And the reason I did that was it was available, and the guy owed me money, and that's how I ended up. He was converting over to all 8-frame. And I had all 10-frame equipment, so he had this huge surplus of shallows. So he owed me a bunch of money, so that's how I ended up with that whole operation. But anyway, so what we'll do, plan is, I'm limited resources, so I'm really going to have to milk these beehives just right. But I'm planning on stealing 2 frames out of those hives, existing hives, and they're going to be in medium. And I'll take them, drop them in a 5-frame with I'll have 3 deep frames, plain, just plain foundation. I'm going to drop those 2 mediums in the center, and we're going to bring them, the ones at the other bee yard, I'm bringing them back to base camp. I'm setting up another stands out here. I'll put those on them. I'll insert a queen cell the next day, or actually on Friday morning. We'll make them up Wednesday, install cells in on Friday morning. So that's the plan. Let's get out here. We'll shoot these bees, shoot the ox. I'll give them another round of syrup while I'm there and get them on autopilot. See you in a bit. It's just water in there. This, by the way, is 400 milliliters of Skol vodka, cheap Skol vodka, 100 proof, with 100 grams of acid, oxalic acid. That seems to be the right amount. I was at the meeting, bee meeting Thursday night, and they did a roll test. They do outside work first in the field. They have a few beehives so people can see them work bees, and then let me pump this a little bit and get the alcohol. And then they go inside, and we'll usually have the meeting till 9 o'clock at night, wrap it up at 9, get there about 6 and wrap it up. So it's every Thursday, first Thursday of every month. But anyway, they did a roll test, and the man that runs the thing, which is fine with me, he goes natural. He lets the bees, he works with survival stock, but he buys a lot of bees every year. And so anyway, he had like 15 mites in that roll test, in the alcohol wash. Well, they recommend if you've got 3 mites in that 300 bees, which I think is a quarter cup or half cup, I forget now. I have the roll test. I'd have to look up the amount of scoop you do. You just shake your bees into a kitty litter pan, scoop them up, put them in a mason jar, and it's got a double screen in there, double lids. Put another jar on top. The alcohol goes in. You swish them around, shake them, get the bees completely saturated, and of course it kills them. And then the mites fall off too. And then when you tip the jar up and swirl it, they all go down. And then you count your mites. Well, he had like 15 mites. And so he doesn't treat, but he's losing 30% of his hives. So that's 30. He runs 100 colonies, so that's 30 colonies bees out of 100. To me, that is a ton of bees. Anyway, I raised my hand and I said, I do I don't know if anybody else is doing it in this room. There was, I don't know, 20 some guys in there, I guess, and women. And I said, I am vaping oxalic acid. And everybody jerked around and looked at me like I was a 3-headed alien from the planet Ecoteka, okay? And then the one fellow that was doing the test, he said that, I'm really puckered up on that because you've got a flammable, very high flammable liquid, and you are using fire. I said, yeah, but it's a contained unit. So far, knock on wood, this isn't exploded, and I like it because it's fast. I've used the wand method. They've got the other ProVap out there. I think that's $500 or $600. This thing is $65, and the vodka is cheap, $20 a horse quart. So anyway, I was the only one out of all these guys doing it. So we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm going to keep doing it because so far I like the results. But anyway, thought I'd share that with you. Let's fire this puppy up. Get this job done. I've got to go back today and get all my stuff ready to go. Let me get my rig on here so we can get this job done. Okay guys, I'm gonna put this to bed. I got enough here with this here to do my other hives. So you saw how quick that was. It's a good way to go, and I think it's a safe thing to do. So Time will tell on it. So we got these guys gassed. We'll come back. I'll do the ones at the house, back at base camp. And we'll get back here and make these nooks up. Now we've got treated bees going into these nooks. So we don't want to give them any excuses not to perform for us. That's my thought on all this treatment. And we're going to put in those beetle traps, those bait traps I made. You'll see that. All those are going in, fresh ones, into those nooks that we make. And as I go in these have been in here about 3 months. We're putting fresh ones in all these and throwing out them other ones. So far, these bees are doing great. And yeah, that's the goal. So I will catch you probably Wednesday morning. See ya. Be happy.